Have you ever stopped to think about the impact the next 12 months could have on your life? What you do today can determine your success or the challenges you'll face in the future. It's not about luck, it's about strategy. What if I told you there's a practical and powerful way to plan your next year with wisdom and purpose, ensuring you make real progress toward your dreams? In this video, I'll show you how to create a 12-month plan that turns potential into real results. We'll talk about setting clear goals, outlining actionable steps, and aligning everything with what truly matters in your life. But that's not all. Everything I'll teach you is rooted in timeless principles of wisdom, principles that work regardless of your circumstances. If you're ready to make 2025 the year of your breakthrough, stick with me, because today is the day you start building your future with intention. So grab a notebook and a pen and let's dive in. Your transformation starts now. Step 1. Evaluate the year that passed. Before you create any plan for the next 12 months, you need to look back and reflect on what you've learned over the past year. Planning without evaluating is like driving at night with your headlights off. You might move forward, but you won't know where you're headed or what obstacles lie ahead. Evaluating the previous year is an essential step in building a solid plan because it lays the foundation for your future decisions. This process isn't about dwelling on mistakes or resting on your successes. It's about learning from your experiences. It's a strategic self-awareness exercise that equips you to make smarter choices moving forward. 1. Acknowledge your achievements. Start by celebrating your wins. Often, we're so focused on what we didn't accomplish that we forget to value what we did right. What were the moments when you made progress? This could be a promotion at work, adopting a healthy habit, or even a simple decision that had a positive impact on your life. Take out a notebook and write down at least 3 meaningful accomplishments from 2024. They don't have to be monumental. The key is that they made a difference for you. For example, financial. I managed to save a percentage of my income each month. Personal. I completed a course I'd been wanting to take for years. Spiritual. I developed a habit of praying or meditating every morning. Why is this important? Recognizing your accomplishments boosts your confidence and reinforces that you're capable of making progress, even amid challenges. This creates a positive emotional foundation for planning your future. 2. Identify areas for growth. After celebrating your wins, it's time to examine the areas where there's room for improvement. But here's the key. This evaluation shouldn't be about guilt or negativity. Instead, view these areas as opportunities for growth. Make a list of 3 areas where you believe you could have done better. Be specific. Financial. I overspent during certain months. Personal. I procrastinated on important projects. Spiritual. I struggled to stay consistent in my faith journey. How to turn this into growth? Ask yourself, what prevented success in this area? Was it a lack of time, planning, or discipline? What steps could I have taken to avoid this outcome? What can I do differently next year to improve? This reflection is powerful because it turns past mistakes into future strategies. It's like turning obstacles into stepping stones for the next level. 3. Assess the balance across your life areas. Your year is made up of multiple areas: career, relationships, health, finances, spirituality, and more. Evaluating just one area might give you a skewed view of how your year truly went. That's why it's important to take a balanced approach. Use a simple tool like the Wheel of Life. Draw a circle and divide it into segments like slices of a pie, each representing an area of your life. Rate each area on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 means needs a lot of attention, and 10 means was excellent this year. This will give you a clear picture of where you're thriving and where you need to focus more effort next year. 4. Create a 2024 learning statement. After evaluating the year, summarize your insights in a short statement, such as, "In 2024, I learned that discipline is key to achieving my financial goals. Time is my most valuable resource, and I need to prioritize my spiritual well-being." 5. Connect the past to the future. As you wrap up this step, think about how these reflections can inform what's ahead. Which habits from 2024 do you want to carry into 2025? What do you need to leave behind? What new practices would you like to adopt? Practical tip: set aside at least an hour to complete this evaluation thoroughly. Choose a quiet space free from distractions. If you prefer, share this exercise with someone you trust. A conversation can often bring valuable insights. Reflecting on the past year isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about understanding that every experience, whether good or bad, played a crucial role in your life's journey. So look back with gratitude, learn from what you lived through, and use those lessons as fuel for the year ahead. Why planning is essential. Biblical foundation. Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Planning is one of the most powerful tools we have to turn dreams into reality. It's not just about organization, it's a principle that transcends time and is deeply rooted in biblical wisdom. Proverbs 21:5 teaches us that diligent planning leads to prosperity, while impulsivity and lack of direction result in frustration and waste. 1. The power of planning in a biblical context. In biblical times, planning was an act of faith and responsibility. Joseph is a prime example of how careful planning can save not just an individual, but an entire nation. When he interpreted Pharaoh's dream about the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of famine, Joseph didn't just identify the problem, he crafted a detailed plan to address it. The result: during the years of crisis, Egypt thrived while other nations struggled. This story teaches us that planning doesn't eliminate challenges, but it equips us to face them with wisdom and preparation. Practical application. Ask yourself, what are the years of plenty you can leverage now to prepare for challenging times? What strategic decisions can you make today to ensure you're ready for the future? 2. Planning prevents costly mistakes. A lack of planning often leads to impulsive actions, and hasty decisions almost always have negative consequences. How many times have you made a decision without thinking it through, only to regret it later? It could have been an unnecessary purchase, a poorly calculated investment, or even a commitment that drained your time and energy. Planning is like drawing a map before a journey. Without it, you might still reach your destination, but you'll likely spend more time, resources, and energy along the way. Practical tip: before making major decisions, ask yourself, does this align with my bigger plan? Take time to reflect and weigh the pros and cons. 3. Planning brings clarity and direction. When you plan, life becomes less about reacting to external events and more about being guided by clear intentions. Planning allows you to say yes to what truly matters and no to what merely drains your time and resources. Practical example: imagine your financial goal is to save 20% of your income next year. Without a plan, it's easy to spend impulsively and lose track. With a detailed plan, you know exactly how much you need to save each month, can adjust your expenses, and monitor your progress effectively. 4. Planning brings inner peace. One of the greatest benefits of planning is the peace of mind it provides. When you know where you're going and have a plan to get there, anxiety decreases. Instead of constantly worrying about what might go wrong, you focus on what you need to do to achieve your goals. Biblical foundation. Proverbs 16:9 reminds us, in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. This verse teaches that while planning is essential, we must also trust that God is ultimately in control. Planning is our responsibility, trusting is our faith. 5. Planning multiplies results. Without planning, your efforts may be scattered, invested in activities that don't align with your goals. With a plan, every action has a clear purpose, and your resources, time, energy, and money are used strategically. Example: without a plan, you save randomly, spend what's left, and see little progress. With a plan, you create a monthly budget, set clear goals, and watch your savings grow consistently, motivating you to keep going. Practical tip: for every major goal, ask yourself, what is the result I want to achieve? What steps are necessary to get there? What resources do I need to allocate? 6. The danger of not planning. The Bible is clear: a lack of planning leads to poverty. This applies not just to finances, but to every area of life. Without a plan, you live on autopilot, reacting to circumstances instead of controlling them. Examples: someone who doesn't plan their career might find themselves stuck in a job they dislike. A family that doesn't plan its finances might accumulate unnecessary debt. An individual who doesn't plan their personal growth might look back and realize they wasted precious years. Reflection: which areas of your life have suffered due to a lack of planning? What opportunities have you missed because you weren't prepared? Conclusion of step 2. Planning is an act of wisdom, but it's also an act of self-care. It's a decision to value yourself, your future, and the people around you. When you plan, you're saying, I value my time, my resources, and my purpose. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. This isn't just a promise, it's a proven strategy. Are you ready to create a plan that leads to abundance? If so, stay with me. The next steps will help you turn planning into practical actions and real results. Step 3. Create a simple and realistic action plan. A plan without action is just an idea. On the other hand, action without a plan is a waste of energy. The key is to create a simple yet powerful plan that connects your goals to practical and consistent steps. Planning is essential, but execution is what delivers results. A good plan should be realistic, easy to follow, and flexible enough to adapt to life's circumstances. Simplicity here doesn't mean superficiality, it means clarity. The clearer your plan, the higher your chances of success. 1. The importance of simplicity in planning. One of the biggest mistakes in planning is making it so complex that it becomes impossible to execute. Imagine creating a plan filled with intricate details that you never finish or fully understand. This leads to frustration and procrastination. A simple plan, on the other hand, is like a clear map that shows the way without complications. It should be practical, straightforward, and consist of steps you can easily visualize and accomplish. Practical example: complex plan. I want to achieve financial freedom in 10 years by investing in 3 types of assets, increasing my monthly income, and developing new projects. Simple plan. Over the next 12 months, I will save 20% of my salary, learn about basic investments, and open a fixed income savings account. A simple plan doesn't mean you're dreaming small. It's simply the first step in a much larger journey. 2. Break the plan into stages. For each big goal, create smaller steps that can be achieved consistently over time. Think of it like building a house. You don't start with the roof. First comes the foundation, then the walls, and so on. Strategy. Take each goal you set in the previous steps, financial, personal, and spiritual, and turn it into actionable tasks. Financial goal: save 20% of your income. Step 1. Open a separate investment account by the end of the month. Step 2. Create a detailed monthly budget. Step 3. Cancel unnecessary subscriptions or expenses. Personal goal: improve physical health. Step 1. Choose an activity you enjoy: walking, gym, swimming. Step 2. Schedule 30 minutes a day for this activity, 3 times a week. Step 3. Plan your meals to include more nutritious foods. Spiritual goal: dedicate more time to your faith. Step 1. Select a weekly Bible reading plan. Step 2. Set aside 15 minutes each morning for prayer or meditation. Step 3. Join a community or support group that strengthens your faith. 3. Use the next step technique. A powerful trick to keep your plan realistic is to always ask yourself, what is the next step I can take right now? This approach removes the pressure of doing everything at once and keeps you moving forward. Small daily steps lead to significant results over time. Example, if your goal is to save money, the next step could be as simple as opening a spreadsheet and listing your expenses. The step after that might be adjusting your streaming subscriptions. Each small action moves you closer to your bigger goal. 4. Consider time in your planning. Your action plan should take into account the time available. Unrealistic goals like, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 months, or I want to double my income in 3 months, only lead to discouragement. For each goal, set a realistic deadline and break it into smaller milestones. Practical example. Goal: save $12,000 in 12 months. Milestones: $1,000 per month, $250 per week. This creates a healthy sense of urgency and helps you measure progress without feeling overwhelmed. 5. Stay flexible. An effective plan isn't set in stone. Circumstances change, and you need to be willing to adjust your approach without abandoning your goals. Strategy: review your plan monthly. Ask yourself, am I making progress? Has anything changed that requires adjustments to my plan? Do I need new strategies or resources? This ongoing review keeps you focused and allows you to correct your course before small errors become major problems. 6. Tools to simplify execution. A simple and realistic action plan can also be reinforced with practical tools to help you stay organized. Suggestions: productivity apps. Use tools like Trello, Notion, or even Google Calendar to organize your steps and deadlines. Daily lists. Create a simple to-do list each day, prioritizing actions that align with your plan. Tracking progress. Record your achievements in a notebook or spreadsheet to visualize your progress. 7. Stay motivated throughout the process. Planning and execution are marathons, not sprints. To stay motivated, celebrate small victories. Each step forward is a reason to celebrate. Constantly remind yourself of the why behind your goals. Ask yourself, why is this important to me? Share your progress with trusted people who can support and encourage you. Conclusion of Step 3. A simple and realistic action plan isn't just a document or a list of ideas. It's your roadmap to achieving everything you dream of. Every small step, taken consistently, is a brick in the construction of your new reality. When you create a plan that combines clarity, simplicity, and purpose, what once seemed out of reach becomes possible. Remember, great changes begin with small actions taken today. So what will your first step be? Start now, because the future you desire is waiting for you at the end of this path. Step 4. Align your plans with your purpose. Biblical foundation. Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. Planning is more than setting goals and crafting strategies. It's about aligning your life with a greater purpose, ensuring that every objective connects with the values and mission that guide your existence. Without purpose, even success can feel empty. Aligning your plans with your purpose means living intentionally, knowing that your daily actions are building something meaningful. 1. Why purpose is essential in planning. Purpose gives meaning to what we do. It answers the question, why does this matter? Goals without purpose are like balloons released into the wind. They may rise, but they have no direction. When your plans are aligned with purpose, every step you take is infused with meaning, boosting your motivation and helping you overcome inevitable challenges. Biblical foundation. In Proverbs 16:3, we are instructed to commit our plans to the Lord. This doesn't mean abandoning our responsibility to act, but entrusting every intention with faith and humility, acknowledging that God can open doors we cannot. Aligning our plans with divine purpose brings peace, clarity, and direction. 2. How to identify your purpose. Before aligning your plans with purpose, you need to understand what truly matters to you. This involves deep reflection on your values, passions, and the impact you want to have on the world. Practical exercise. Ask yourself, what do I believe is my greatest calling? What are the non-negotiable values that guide my life? How do my goals for the next 12 months reflect these values? Example, if one of your core values is family, your goals might include spending more quality time with loved ones. If you value spiritual growth, your plans might involve dedicating time daily for prayer or meditation. Connecting your goals to what matters most to you creates alignment and purpose. 3. Integrate faith into your planning. Planning with purpose isn't just a mental or emotional exercise. It's also a spiritual act. When you commit your plans to God, you're saying, Lord, guide my steps and bless my efforts so that they serve not just me, but fulfill the purpose you have for my life. Practical tip. Before planning, take a moment to pray or reflect. Ask for wisdom, clarity, and discernment. During the process, consistently ask, is this aligned with the purpose God has for me? This practice keeps you grounded and focused on what truly matters. 4. Connect your goals to a greater impact. Goals aligned with purpose don't just benefit you, they have the potential to positively impact those around you. Practical example, financial goal, save and invest, not just to grow personal wealth, but to create financial stability that allows you to help family or contribute to meaningful causes. Personal goal, improve physical health, not just to feel better, but to have the energy to serve others and fulfill your purpose. Spiritual goal, dedicate more time to your faith, not just for inner peace, but to become a source of light and hope for those around you. When your goals are tied to the greater impact you want to have, they shift from being mere objectives to becoming missions. 5. Adapt your priorities to your purpose. Not all goals carry the same weight. Aligning your plans with purpose also means prioritizing what truly matters. Practical strategy. Use the 3 priority method. Choose one main goal for each area: financial, personal, spiritual. Focus your attention on these goals, making them the foundation of your planning. Ensure that every smaller goal contributes to achieving the main goal. Example, if your top financial priority is saving, your smaller goals might include setting up a budget, cutting unnecessary expenses, learning about investments. These smaller steps converge to achieve the larger goal, creating alignment and focus. 6. Be intentional with your resources. Your resources, time, energy, and money are limited. Planning with purpose means using them wisely, avoiding distractions that don't contribute to your mission. Key questions. Is this action aligned with my purpose? Will this bring me closer to or further from my goals? Am I allocating my resources to what truly matters? Practical example. Instead of spending excessive time on social media, use that time to learn a new skill or strengthen relationships. Rather than spending money on unnecessary items, invest in something that fosters personal or spiritual growth. 7. Trust the process and the greater purpose. Aligning your plans with purpose doesn't mean everything will be easy or that results will come quickly. Often the process is just as important as the final outcome. It's during the journey that you grow, learn, and prepare for what lies ahead. Biblical foundation. Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." This means that when your plans align with God's purpose, even challenges will work in your favor. 8. Make a commitment to your purpose. Finally, Commit to yourself and to God that your plans for the next 12 months will be guided by purpose and intention. Practical tip: write a purpose statement and keep it visible. Something like, "This year I will dedicate my time, energy, and resources to living with purpose. I will plan wisely, act intentionally, and trust that God will guide every step I take." Conclusion of step 4. Planning with purpose is more than setting goals. It's about aligning your life with what you believe in, what drives you, and the impact you want to have on the world. When you commit your plans to the Lord, you're not just planning with your mind, but also with your heart. And it's in this alignment between purpose and action that the greatest miracles happen. Now, it's your turn. What will you do to ensure your plans reflect the purpose God has placed in your life? Remember, a life lived with purpose isn't perfect, but it is fulfilling. And when your plans align with that purpose, they become the foundation for an extraordinary future. Conclusion: plan wisely and transform your future. Planning the next 12 months wisely is not just an exercise in organization. It's an act of courage, intention, and personal transformation. Every goal you set, every small step you take, is shaping the future you want to live. 1. Planning, a tool for transformation. Planning is not merely a practical task. It's a declaration that you are taking control of your life. When you plan, you're not just dreaming. You're building the bridge that connects the present to your aspirations. Biblical foundation. In Habakkuk 2:2-3 we read, "Write down the vision and make it plain on tablets so that a herald may run with it. For the vision awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Planning is the act of writing that vision, making your dreams clear and accessible, trusting that with dedication and faith, they will come to fruition at the right time. 2. The power of small, consistent actions. Great changes don't happen overnight. They are built through small, purposeful, and consistent actions taken daily. It's in your everyday routines that your plans come to life. Practical tips. Remind yourself of your plan daily. Break down your goals into small, achievable steps. Regularly evaluate your progress and adjust if necessary. Reflection. Imagine how you'll feel 12 months from now when you look back and see how far you've come. Every effort, no matter how small it seems now, will be an essential piece of your journey. 3. Planning aligns your priorities with your purpose. Throughout this video, we discussed how to evaluate the past year, set clear goals, create simple and realistic plans, and most importantly, align your objectives with your purpose. These steps not only ensure progress, but also make your life more meaningful. Questions to reflect on. Am I living according to my values? Do my plans reflect the impact I want to have on the world? Am I prioritizing what truly matters? Answering these questions ensures that your efforts are not just productive, but genuinely transformative. 4. Trust the process and God's guidance. Planning wisely also means trusting that God is in control. Plans don't always unfold as we imagine, but that doesn't mean we're lost. Sometimes detours are part of the greater purpose God has for our lives. Biblical foundation. Proverbs 19:21 reminds us, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Trust that by planning with wisdom and purpose, you are partnering with God's divine plan for your life. 5. The transformation starts now. As we wrap up this video, remember that this is just the beginning of your journey. You now have the tools to make 2025 a year of achievement, growth, and purpose. It all starts with the decisions you make today. Take out a piece of paper and write your plan for the next 12 months. It doesn't have to be perfect. What matters is starting. Share in the comments, what is your biggest goal for 2025? I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the upcoming videos where we'll continue this journey of transformation together. Remember, planning is an act of faith. It's believing that the future can be better than the present, and that, with God's help, you have the power to create that future. Don't let fear or procrastination hold you back. You have what it takes to transform your life, and the time to start is now. I believe in you, and I'm here to support you on this journey. See you in the next video. Until then, keep moving forward, because the best is yet to come.